The classroom incident. The video opens with a classroom setting. The camera zooms in on a young black student named Jamal, dressed in simple farm clothes, with dirt on his boots and hands from working on his family's land. Teacher, Ms. Simmons. Looking at Jamal disapprovingly, Jamal, this is the third time this week you've come to my class looking like this. Dirty hands, mud on your shoes. It's unacceptable. Jamal. Looking embarrassed, glancing at his hands. I helped my grandpa on the farm this morning before school. I washed up as best as I could. Teacher, Ms. Simmons. Crossing her arms, shaking her head. This is a school, not a barn. We have standards here, young man. You can't keep showing up like this. It's a distraction to the other students. Other students snicker. A well-dressed student, Jason, smirks and whispers to his friends. Jason whispering. Figures. Probably doesn't even have running water at home. Jamal lowers his head, but doesn't respond. Teacher, Ms. Simmons. I've had enough of this. You're always late, and your appearance is unacceptable. I'm sending you to the principal's office. Jamal hesitates, then slowly stands up, his fists clenched, trying to hold back his emotions. Jamal. But Ms. Simmons, Teacher, Ms. Simmons. Interrupting, pointing at the door, go. Now. Jamal sighs, picks up his bag and walks out, feeling humiliated. Scene 2. The principal's decision. Jamal sits in the principal's office, staring at the floor. Principal Williams, a middle-aged woman, looks at him with concern but ultimately shakes her head. Principal Williams. Jamal, I understand your situation, but Ms. Simmons is right. We have standards at the school. Until you can come dressed appropriately and arrive on time, you're suspended for a week. Jamal's eyes widen in shock. Jamal. Suspended? But that's not fair. Principal Williams. I'm sorry, but this is my decision. You may go home now. Jamal leaves, feeling defeated. The students in the hallway whisper as he passes by. Scene 3. The farm conversation. Jamal arrives home on his family's large farm. His grandfather, a wise and respected black farmer, notices his sad expression and approaches. Grandpa Walter. What's wrong, son? Jamal sighs and explains what happened at school. His grandfather listens carefully, his expression serious. Grandpa Walter. So, they judged you just because of how you looked? Jamal. Yeah, like I don't belong. Grandpa Walter strokes his chin, then smirks. Grandpa Walter. Well now, I think it's time we show them who you really are. Jamal looks up, confused. Jamal. What do you mean? Grandpa Walter. You'll see in the morning. Now, go get some rest. The camera zooms out as Grandpa Walter makes a mysterious phone call. Scene 4. The helicopter arrival. The next morning, the school is buzzing with students arriving. Ms. Simmons and Principal Williams are in the parking lot when a deep rumbling fills the air. Everyone looks up, stunned. A sleek, black helicopter descends onto the school field. Students gasp, teachers whisper. The doors open, and out steps Grandpa Walter, dressed sharply in a tailored suit, followed by Jamal, now wearing crisp, clean farm gear. Several men in business attire accompany them. Ms. Simmons and Principal Williams exchange nervous glances. Student whispering. Who is that? Jason. Wait, isn't that Jamal? Jamal and Grandpa Walter walk toward the principal's office as students and staff stare. Scene 5. The shocking truth. Inside the office, Ms. Simmons, Principal Williams, and a few other staff members are waiting. Principal Williams. Mr. Walter, to what do we owe this unexpected visit? Grandpa Walter chuckles, taking a seat. Grandpa Walter. I heard my grandson got suspended. Over how he looked. Ms. Simmons fidgets in her seat. Ms. Simmons. We have rules. Grandpa Walter. Rules? Or assumptions? Do you know who I am? Silence. Grandpa Walter. I own Walter Agricultural Enterprises. We supply food to most of the state. I employ thousands, including some of your students' parents. Principal Williams' eyes widen. Ms. Simmons swallows hard. Grandpa Walter. And Jamal? He's my grandson. He's been learning the value of hard work since he could walk. But instead of recognizing that, you judged him. Ms. Simmons looks down, ashamed. Principal Williams. Mr. Walter, Grandpa Walter. Save it. I'm not here for an apology. I'm here to ensure no other kid is treated this way. He stands up. Grandpa Walter. Starting today, I'll be funding a scholarship program for hardworking students like Jamal. And I'll make sure this school gets the resources it needs. The room is silent. Ms. Simmons nods, understanding the lesson. Final scene. A new beginning. As Jamal walks back into school, students look at him with newfound respect. Jason, the student who mocked him, approaches. Jason. Hey, Jamal. I didn't know your family was, rich.
Jamal.
Shrugging, smiling slightly. We're not rich. We just work hard. Jason nods, awkwardly. Jason. That's cool. Jamal grins and walks into class. Ms. Simmons smiles at him, a bit embarrassed but changed. The video ends with a powerful message about humility, respect, and not judging people based on appearances. Closing narration, voiceover. Never judge a book by its cover. Hard work and character define a person, not their clothes. Always be kind, because you never know who someone really is or what they're capable of.